we are not just a body, and we are not just a mind, and we're not just a soul. We are a being. We're an energetic being, actually. Every cell in our body is literally made of energy. E equals MC squared says that anything that is matter is energy. So you are an energetic being, and your thoughts, your beliefs, and your mind and your soul are creating your body and your being every single day. And so our thoughts are very powerful. Our beliefs are very powerful, and they're essential to our health. There's no doubt about it. And so to begin this year, I've been thinking about how I can encourage you. And I want to share with you some fuel for this year. F-U-E-L, F-U-E-L, say F-U fast, but F-U-E-L. And F begins with feeding the positive. You first have to feed the positive to be a positive being, right? If you don't have it, you can't share it. So it's about feeding yourself every single day. And research from Duke University shows that optimists work harder, get paid more, and are more likely to succeed in business and sports. And what these researchers found was that these optimists, because they believed in a brighter and better future, they took the actions necessary to create it. It became a self-fulfilling prophecy. So often what we believe determines what we create. And if you lead a company, you lead an organization, you lead your family, leadership is a transfer of belief. If you have kids, you know leadership is a transfer of belief. When my kids were growing up, I was telling them, you're winners, not whiners. You're winners, not whiners. I would say, you're winners, not whiners. I told my friend to do this with his kids, and his daughter said, no, Dad, we're whiners. But my kids over time learned that we are winners, not whiners. I would say that all the time, right? So our beliefs that we're sharing matter. Our beliefs that we share with ourselves and our body matter. Your body is listening to everything you tell it, everything you say, and what you think. Going back to feeding the positive, it's essential we're feeding the positive with optimism for our future, optimism for our health, optimism for what we truly, truly want to create this year. And the ironic thing about this, Pete knows me well. Pete knows that, yeah, when I play pickleball, I actually don't get negative, I get fierce. I actually don't get negative. I get fierce. I get fired up. I get focused. But I actually do have a negative background to me. I grew up in Long Island, New York, in a Jewish Italian family. So a lot of food, a lot of guilt, a lot of wine, a lot of whining. And my dad was a New York City police officer, undercover narcotics. And so he was shot a few times. He wasn't very positive. You'd get up in the morning, you'd say, hey, good morning, Dad. And he'd say, what's so good about it? So my dad was Al Bundy before Al Bundy was Al Bundy. Some of you may have no idea who Al Bundy is. You might be younger than that, but that was my dad. And when I started speaking, my dad said, I can't believe people actually pay you to speak. When you're a kid, we paid you to shut up. So I grew up with this negative mindset in my life that I had to overcome, but I really struggle with negativity in a lot of ways. A lot of ways. I was a Division I athlete. I played lacrosse at Cornell University. Had an incredible experience playing there, but always trying to be perfect, always striving to measure up, and dealing with depression at times, and stress and fear and anxiety. 20s, moved to Atlanta after college, mover and shaker. Me, my wife, have these little kids, stress and trying to create a life, trying to create success. Ultimately, losing my job during the dot-com crash. Don't know how I'm going to pay the bills, how I'm going to support my family. And I am just crumbling from the inside out. And I'm blaming my wife for why my life had not turned out the way I want it to be. And she had enough of my negativity. She said, I love you, but I'm not going to spend my life with someone who makes me so miserable. If you don't change, we're over. And I knew I wanted to change. I wanted to be a better husband, a better father, a better man. And I began this journey of working to become a more positive person, feeding the positive day in and day out. And I learned the power of doing that. And that brings us to the U in F.U.E.L, which is uplift your mind and your soul. We've got to uplift it on a daily basis. Why? Have you noticed that overthinking is always associated with negative thoughts? We never say, I have too many positive thoughts. We never say, man, I just have too much gratitude today. Man, I'm just feeling too hopeful right now. Just too many positive thoughts. I just can't handle it. No one lays in bed at night with their thoughts racing. They can't fall asleep, thinking about how awesome their life is. It's always the negative thoughts that keep us awake, the negative thoughts that cause us to overthink. That leads us to the E in fuel, which is to encourage. This is another way to uplift our mind and soul is through encouragement. And yes, Chewy Kathy said, how do you know if a person needs encouragement? If they're breathing, we all need more encouragement. And the word encourage means to put courage into. So when you're encouraging someone, you're putting courage into them. When you're encouraging yourself, you're putting courage into yourself. And we all need more encouragement. Remember, the negative thoughts are going to come in, trying to lower your state of mind. You got to speak life and words of encouragement to those negative thoughts. And as you do, you uplift your state of mind through that encouragement. And that encouragement gives you more confidence and courage to take on the obstacles and the challenges and the adversity that you're facing. So encouragement is essential. The last part of this FUEL equation, or FUEL acronym, is love. It all goes down to love. And love is the most powerful force. I said it's the highest frequency. And the reason why love is so powerful is because fear divides us and weakens us, and love unites us and connects us. And perfect love casts out fear. So when we are connected to the perfect love in God, Corinthians 6:17, he who is joined to the Lord is one spirit with him. And when couples, for instance, pray together, 99% of couples who pray together stay together. Why is that? I truly believe as they're praying together with God, they're becoming one spirit with their creator. God is love. As you become one spirit with God, his love becomes your love. His power becomes your power. His strength becomes your strength. So God actually wants to heal us and restore us and redeem us. And so what's broken in our perhaps brain is healed through our spirit and our soul. As I said earlier, and as you heal your soul and your spirit, you heal your brain, you heal your body. So whatever's broken within you, God literally wants to restore and heal it. So all dysfunction goes towards disconnection. And I can even talk about a leaky gut is a disconnection within your gut. It's a disconnection. When you heal your gut back up, guess what? Your immune system and your health improves dramatically. Same thing with our brain, same thing with our body, same thing with our soul. Everything falls in line. And when you read the one truth, you'll understand how it's all connected. So love is at the center of our healing. God's love heals us. God's love gives us power and strength. God's love helps us overcome the fear that holds us back and keeps us from creating the life that we're meant to create and the life that we're meant to live. And this is why love is so important. So when we focus on love instead of fear, we become a powerful force in the universe. So remember this. Here's what love does. Love creates connection from a mindset standpoint. It creates connection. The minute you have connection, you're connected to your creator, you then have more clarity. Told you about the zone experience. The zone is everything is clear, right? If you're a baseball batter, the ball looks like a grapefruit, right? If you're a football quarterback, the game slows down. If you're in business and you're in sales, guess what? Every call you're making is happening and the conversations are flowing and it's magical, right? The more connected you are, you have more moments like that. So you have connection, then you have clarity. You see things very clear. And then from that clarity, you now have more confidence. And then because of that confidence, you have more courage. And so love creates the connection, that creates the clarity, and then the confidence and the courage. And it goes to your mindset. And that mindset, as we talked about, goes to a better emotional state, wellness, and then healing and overall health. So if you live with love instead of fear, you will be healthier. So living with love gets you to a higher state of mind more often, where fear lowers your state of mind to go from the beginning, like we talked about. And as you fuel your being this year, your health, your mind and your soul and your spirit, and you fuel it each day with that fuel, especially that love, you will operate in that higher state of mind and everything will flow better and you'll have a more positive mindset. Will you face challenges? Yes. Will adversity come your way? Yes. Those moments of adversity and challenges will let you know how strong you are and how much more work you have to do.